Well, hello, friends. Real quick before we kick off the episode, I have to let you know about something exciting. I am seriously considering having an upgraded version of this podcast where you get bonus episodes and exclusive content. But here's the deal, I'm trying to decide what that content and those episodes should be. I do have some ideas, and I was wondering if you could vote really quick and tell me what you think about what would entice you, what would be interesting to you to get as bonus episodes on this podcast. For example, deeper dives into topics. Maybe I'm answering questions that many of you ask about starting or growing a business. Maybe even overhearing coaching calls, something like this. It would be a paid, upgraded version of this podcast, not very expensive at all, probably just a handful of dollars a month, but it be extra content for you to help you along your journey. My whole goal is to help you build your business dream. And I would love to offer you even more because some of you are asking for it. So if you could just look down in the show notes right now, there's two ways you can give me your answers. Number one, I have a Google form with 5 quick questions. It can be anonymous. You just answer them and vote on what would be interesting to you. Or number two, I have a voice memo system. You can just click it and you could just leave a voice memo with your phone right now and just record it and tell me what kind of topics, what things would be interesting to you behind the scenes, market news, what would be things that would be extra that would be really valuable to you. So thank you all so much. Okay, on to the episode. Well, hello, I'm Kimberly Brock, and for the last 20 years, I've been running my own businesses that have not only been profitable, but personally fulfilling to me. And so now I'm on a mission to help other women just like you do the exact same thing. Now we're going to have some fun, so let's get started. Well, hello, this is Kimberly. It's episode 77, and I am so glad that you're here today because I'm sharing with you the 5 permissions you need to give yourself as you start your business. Yes, you have to give yourself permission to do certain things. So I'm so excited that you're listening today. Real quick, if you are new, welcome. I'm so glad that you found this podcast. Each week, I provide you valuable tips and advice and strategies for how to start a business and make money doing what you love. So if you're new, you need to do 2 things real quick. Hit subscribe, whatever player you're in right now. If you're an Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, whatever it is, hit subscribe so you don't miss out on any future episodes. Now you'll get a notification every time I drop an episode because I'm telling you, all of this advice is going to help your business journey tremendously. So make sure you subscribe. The second thing you need to do is scroll down in the show notes below, and I have some freebies for you. Yes, some resources that you need. I've got a 16-step checklist. And if you're in the idea stage and you're really trying to figure out the best kind of business for you, you can match up your skills and passions with a viable business, then go ahead and click that link below for my Ikigai guide. I know that's a weird word, but click it below and you can learn more about it. So if you have been here a while, thank you so much to all of my awesome listeners. Y'all are amazing. I'm going to read another review today. I love doing these. And I love giving you shout outs. This one is for Nadia Echoki. Is that right? Did I say it right? I probably didn't. Nadia, thank you so much. She said she's a daily listener. She said it's very motivating and informational. She loves listening. Thank you so much. Oh, Nadia, thank you so much for leaving this wonderful review. I'm so glad you listen daily. That's amazing. You're probably about to run out of episodes thanks. I only have 77. I don't know how many days you've been listening, but anyways, thank you so much for leaving that review. And if you've been listening a while and you have never taken the time to just even give this a 5-star rating, that would be amazing. If you're in Apple Podcasts, for example, right now, you literally can scroll down and hit the 5 stars. It takes a half of a second. Okay. And if you have 30 seconds to leave a written review like Nadia did, I would be so grateful. It helps me so much to know that what I'm doing is valuable. And it also tells Apple and all of the other podcast players that this is a valuable podcast. So they'll bump it up and show it to more people who are looking to start a business. So it helps me. And I just want to thank you all so much. So that is it. Okay, on to the episode. Hello, everyone. I'm so excited that you're here. How are you doing today? Is everything going well? Are you on a walk? Are you cleaning? Are you driving? What are you doing? I wish I knew. I wish I could have a little podcast cam and I could see what you're doing while you're listening. I love it. I've had several people lately tell me that they listen while they're getting ready in the mornings. How awesome is that? Y'all are getting like pumped up and motivated for your day. I love it. What a compliment. So thank you so much. I want to talk to you today about the 5 permissions that you need to give yourself as you start your business. Did you ever consider this? There's actually things you need to give yourself permission to do. Okay. And sometimes this is hard because I think we're our own worst critics. Wouldn't you agree that we have negative thoughts? I think a lot of women suffer this, right? We've got stuff floating around in our brain that's messing with us all of the time. And I think we have to be perfect, and we think that we have to do everything right, or we think we're not good enough, or we're not smart enough. Maybe we think we're smart enough. Maybe we don't think we are valuable enough, or we are charismatic enough, or outgoing enough, or whatever it is. And so today, I just want you to put that to rest for a minute and just realize when you're starting a business, this is a whole new venture. I always talk about this. In the last episode, I talked about all the fears that people have. So many of you are scared. And I get it. There's a whole bunch of reasons why you're scared, but it's hard. Starting a business is hard, but it can be super fun. It can be exhilarating. It will be one of the greatest things you ever do if you do it right. Okay. You will come out of this doing something you never thought you could do and impacting lives in ways that you never thought you could. How awesome is that? Aren't we lucky to be able to be doing this? I'm thankful every day. Thank you, Lord, that we have the freedom to start our own business. Okay, this is awesome. Okay, so let's start with the very first permission that you need to give yourself, and it is to actually start a business doing what you love. I think a lot of women I know who don't start their business, they just haven't given themselves permission to do this. Now, a lot of you listening may have already started your business. Maybe you gave yourself permission a long time ago, so this doesn't apply to you. So I'm speaking to those of you that have felt bad about starting your business. Maybe you have little kids at home and you're like, how do I do this? It's going to take time away from them. Maybe you have a job and then you have a spouse, or you have other family commitments and you're like, how can I do this? And you just haven't given yourself permission to do this. Let's kind of map this out. There's some of you that want to do this that really it is not a good time. But I think most of you that are listening here, almost all of you, know that the time is near. If you haven't started already, you feel it in your bones. You're like, it's time. I need to get this thing going, right? I think COVID has taught us to seize the day, do what we want, live fulfilled, because if we don't, you never know what tomorrow brings, right? So for those of you that haven't given yourself permission to start your business, I want to ask you right now, why? What's holding you back from building a career that's fulfilling? You wouldn't be here if you didn't want this as a career. Now, I think sometimes you're thinking career, that sounds like a big word, like I'm going to be doing this all the time. This is going to be my full-time job, and I just wanted this as my side gig. When I say career, you could actually have multiple careers, right? You could have a job during the day. You could be doing this on the weekends. You could be hosting shows. You could be starting this business with a friend, with a family member, right? Give yourself permission to live fulfilled and to take a chance. That's what this is. This is a chance on you. And you're taking steps to do this right. So it's not that big of a risk. We're trying to mitigate the risk. Everything I'm teaching you is trying to help stop the scariness, stop the fear, and stop the risk involved so you can actually build a successful business. Okay, so give yourself permission to do this. You can follow your passion, but you have to be smart about it and also follow your expertise. And you have to follow what the market demand is for what you're creating, right? If you've never really worked through that, your skills and your passions and your expertise and what's needed in terms of a business, I do have that Ikigai guide that I mentioned at the very beginning of this episode. You can download it below. So if you're kind of in that idea stage and you're trying to nail down which business is best for you, maybe start with that guide. And then did you know that I have a workshop? Yes, I have a workshop that if that guide is not enough for you, if you're not getting the answers you need, I have a workshop you can work through on your own at your own pace, and it will dive even deeper and then help you validate a business idea. So I just want to let you know that I have that. If this is you and you haven't given yourself permission to start a business and now you want to and you want to get this thing going. Okay, so that's the first one. Give yourself permission to do this and do it right. Don't just Go by the passion, but go by what your skills are and what the demand is for what you're offering. Okay. Number 2, give yourself permission to not have this be perfect. And I talk about this all the time. This is a common theme because I see a lot of you think that this business out of the gate has to be the most amazing and awesome business ever. And I want you to give yourself permission today to say, okay, this is not going to be perfect. Give yourself permission to be imperfect. Okay, in my Facebook group, we talk about this every Monday. I hold you accountable to just write a post in there that says, what's the imperfect action you're taking this week? It's for you to post it. I love reading them. People like reading them. That's not really the point, though. The point is for you to get this out in outer space, on the internet, on Facebook, and to yourself there and say, this is what I'm committing to do this week. And I know it's not going to be perfect, but I'm doing it anyways. And I'm going to perfect it as I go. So I don't want you to ever get me wrong that I don't think some things don't need to be perfect, because I do. Some things need to be perfect. Okay. But you can perfect them as you go. They can be getting better and better. If you wait on perfection right now, you're going to stall your business. It's not going to go. You're not going to be starting to grow your audience. You're not going to be starting to make sales. Okay. Know that it's not going to be perfect in the beginning, and it's okay. It's okay. You are around people who understand. I understand this. I know this for a fact. I've lived it. This is my 4th business. I get it. It's not perfect when you start. Do you think that this business here was perfect when I started? No. Is it perfect now? No, it's not. I don't know if it'll ever be perfect. It's kind of like what they say when you make money. You're like, oh, if I just only made $100K a year, my life will be great. And then you get there and you're like, well, I need to make 250. I need to make 250,000 a year. And then you're like, no, I need to make $500,000. I mean, it's like when you buy a house in a neighborhood, you get to the level that you think is going to make you happy. And there's always someone that's above you. There's always something better. It's the same with your business. There's always perfection to strive for. And I'm just going to tell you now, it's never going to be perfect. So go ahead and get over it right now. Give yourself permission to not have this be perfect right as you're starting it, but you can perfect it and make things better and tweak things along the way. Okay. So again, the first one is give yourself permission to do this. Okay. To do something that you enjoy and match it up with your expertise. So give yourself permission to start. Number 2, give yourself permission to be imperfect. Okay. Give yourself that gift right now, because if you don't, it's going to be super stressful for you. Okay. And you're going to stall. And I'm not about stalling. If you know me, I'm an action taker. I'm a go-getter, okay? So are you. That's why you're here. I'm helping you to keep moving and get this thing going, right? Okay, number 3, give yourself permission to create a business model that works for you. Give yourself permission to create a business model that works for you at this time in your life, for the person that you are, for what you prefer, etc. Because here's what's going to happen. A lot of you that are new business owners, you're going to be researching online, you're listening to podcasts, maybe audiobooks, you're talking to people, and people are going to be telling you, you need to build a course. You need to have a subscription box. You need to have a membership. You need to do one-on-one coaching. You need to sell your products on Etsy. You need to sell your products locally. You need to do them at this fair. You need to have a mobile cart. Everyone's going to tell you that their idea is the one that is going to make you bazillions. Okay? And here's what I want to say to you. Listen to what they have to say, everything that you're hearing. Okay? Take it in and start deciding for yourself, what's a business model that excites you, that you would want to do, and that you can maintain at this point in your life today? Okay, your business can change in 3 years. You can evolve it into whatever you want. What are you capable of doing today? What time allowance do you have right now for this business? Okay, do you have all the time in the world, or do you have nothing else to do, or do you have other commitments? So you have to think about that. This is what I'm seeing in one-on-one coaching. I'm talking to people and they're like, oh my gosh, I think I need to do this. I need to start a course, or I need to do these things. And I say, just hold up. Let's just talk about, first of all, more about your life, the time that you have, and what is going to work for this type of product or service that you're offering. Okay. That's what I do here as a business coach. Is I'm kind of your, how do I say this? Like if you were building a house and you just started with a lot, I'm going to help you figure out the best kind of house
for your lot and the best, should it be 2-story, 1-story? Should it have this many rooms, that many rooms? We figure out based on you, based on your lot size, based on, your age. I would figure out the best house for you on this lot. Then if you needed like a cabinet maker to come in who specializes in cabinets, I would say call a cabinet maker right now. You need special cabinets, right? That's kind of what I'm doing for your business. We're kind of looking at the big picture here. I'm helping guide this huge Titanic of your business in the right direction. And then as time goes by, you can get specific and tailor your business a specific direction. I think at first, sometimes you just don't know. Maybe you have a product right now that you want to make and you're like, okay, should I just sell it on Etsy or should I get my own website right now and have it up? Should I do a subscription box? Should I go see if I can sell it wholesale to stores? Like you may have all these ideas in your head and you've got to work through those because there's pros and cons of every single model. Speaking of that, I mentioned the Best Business Idea Workshop that I have. I go through the business models for you and help you brainstorm that and then validate your business idea. So if this is resonating at all with you, it may not. No one listening may need help with your business model. But if you do, the Best Business Idea Workshop, I have that. It's an inexpensive workshop that you can just brainstorm and kind of map this all out, okay? So build your business your way and build it at the speed with which you feel comfortable. Some people are gangbusters. They start their business and they're all in and this thing is going 100 miles an hour. Some people are like, you know what? I've got a full-time job. I've got like an hour a night to work on this or on the weekends. I want to get this thing going. It's all good. Give yourself permission right now as you're starting your business to do it your way. Okay? Give yourself permission to build it your way. Please remember this because you are going to get sucked in so badly. I'm telling you, there is every guru and every salesperson out there convincing you that you need to build your business a certain way. And they are very convincing and they are right. There has been successful businesses doing their methods. I'm not saying their methods are wrong at all. I'm just saying it's not a one size fits all. And you have to take into account who you are, your life stage, and what you're selling, and the quickest way that you can start making money that actually will set you up for long-term success for this business. Okay. We could talk about this for hours, but if you will please today commit to giving yourself permission to build your business at the speed and in the way that feels comfortable and excites you. Okay. Don't get forced into anything that you don't want to be doing because that's the last thing that you want to happen. Okay. We don't want this thing to fizzle out. Okay. Okay. So again, give yourself permission to start. Give yourself permission not to be perfect. Give yourself permission to build it your way. Okay. Number 4, give yourself permission to play small if you want to. Okay. I can't tell you how freeing it is to be starting your business and know that you are just this small little business and you're just getting going and to tell people, this is a new business. I'm getting going. Just with my business here. Okay, if y'all haven't been listening, I started this business. I started the podcast a little over a year ago, and then I was coaching in the beginning, and then I was developing like workshops and trying to figure out exactly how I was going to approach helping all of you, okay? I have been in product development mode for a while because I've been coaching people. It's been helping me see your pain points. It's been helping me develop my business model. I am so excited because I feel I am really at the tipping point of where I should be and starting this whole Just Start Academy, which is my month-long focus for new business owners to help you create the foundation of your business, set yourself up for success. And then I've got a monthly membership that offers monthly masterclass and community and coaching and all that, right? I feel like I'm beginning with something that's going to be super, super exciting for me. Don't get me wrong. I love coaching. I love one-on-one coaching. I love helping people, but I'm just super excited about adding this group aspect to my repertoire, right? And the beta group was so fun and it's been amazing. My whole point of telling you that is that with this group that's coming in for this session of Just Start, I've told people this is going to be a small group. This is going to be an intimate group. Can I tell you how freeing that is to say that and not hide behind it and act like I'm embarrassed that it's a small group because I'm just starting my business, just starting this program? Like, if you are embarrassed of that, people are going to see it. Flip it around into a positive. This is a small business. I have time to focus on you. I have time to care. You should always care, by the way, as a business owner. But do you know what I'm saying? Like the less people you have, the less customers you have, the more one-on-one time, the more special care you can give to them. For example, this like holistic pet store opened near me and I'd never gone in there. It was next to a grocery store and I was like, I'm going to pop in there one day. Popped in and the lady was so sweet. It had just kind of reopened back because of COVID. And I could tell they don't hardly have any customers right now, which obviously breaks my heart. I look at every business from the standpoint of, is this successful or not successful? Are they getting business? Are they not? Because I'm so empathetic and sympathetic. I know how it feels and I want retailers to succeed, right? So I went in the store and she was helping me above and beyond. Okay. And it's because they had just reopened. She had more time. There wasn't a million people in there. I think it was the owner that I was talking to. And so she was so sweet and helping me. And it's the same with your business. You have more time to give to people. I have more time to give to people. It is freeing to say, my group will be small. Free yourself. Okay. Give yourself permission to say that and be proud of it and stand in it because we all start somewhere. We all begin small. This was the sweetest thing, y'all. One of my clients that I had done a short coaching call with, and she's done my workshop, and I've corresponded with her for months, and she's been figuring out her business. And she said, she sent me an email the other day and almost made me cry. She was like, I can't wait till I make it big because I'm going to say that it started with you. I'm going to say that one day. And literally it makes me cry right now. I mean, she's telling me that one day she wants to tell the world that her business, when she makes it big, started with me. And that's what you can do for people. When you start small, other people are starting small. Know that we all start somewhere. We all start with this moment of courage that we take. Own it. Give yourself permission to say, I'm a small business. I just started. How can I help you? I would love to help you. What do you need? How did you like my product and service? What did you think? You have the time right now to get solid feedback from people. Okay? I'm so sorry I teared up on this. I didn't plan to. I just want you to own it. Get it? Like the double, like you're owning your business and own it. I do. I want you to own it that your business is small. I don't know how many times I can say this. Get over the fear of thinking that if people don't think you're some big business back there. And I have another story about playing small really quick. My son has a power washing business. Y'all know this, right? I've talked about it before. And he had his signs that he would put out in the yards after he would power wash. And it said Grayson's Power Washing. And they were cute and they looked non-corporate, okay? Because he designed them in like Vistaprint or one of those. And they looked non-corporate. And then people knew that he was a high schooler. And I think he's always had this like weird thing, like he wants to seem professional. So he changed to new signs that just had like a phone number and it said power washing. And now he's like sad that he has those because he's like, I could have done those better. And to me, when I was looking at the signs, I was like, it's taken away the whole advantage that he is a young kid that lives in the neighborhood that people trust. Now he has a big business now, power washing, and he's hired his friends and all this. But his whole advantage was that he's small. He's not corporate. He is trusted because he's a high schooler and people want to support him. Okay. And he was trying to do Facebook ads, y'all, all this stuff where he's just like power washing, we'll clean, we'll come out. And it sounded like a company. And I'm like, see, his Facebook ads are coming up on my feed. And I'm like, Grayson, you're not playing to the whole advantage that you have. Like I live here and then you need to be saying high school student business. But he is so like in his head that he wants to seem corporate. But like, no, this is why people are trusting you. They want to spend their money with people they know or people in their community or the people that are just getting going. People want to support you. And I talked about this, I think it was in January. People want to support small business. Okay. This is crucial for you. Be honest about it. Be upfront. because they don't want some no-name corporation or whoever. They want to support people. And you're a person and they want to support you. Okay. So don't be afraid to play it small. Okay. Number 5 is give yourself permission to pivot and change and adjust, because I see this a lot with new owners. Y'all get started with one idea, then you switch to another idea, and then you're like, oh no, I can't switch things again, or I can't switch my business model, or I can't change the way I'm selling or change my product. Let me tell you something. You can change things. Give yourself permission right now that if it's not working or you're not feeling connected to it, like you just don't feel connected. You don't feel connected to the logo somebody made you. You don't feel connected to the colors. You don't feel connected to how you're selling your product or where you're selling a product, or you're not connected to a business partner that you had. Maybe you're a business partner with your mom or something. I've had several people come in the Facebook group and say, oh, I'm starting a business with my mom or whoever. If you're not feeling it, give yourself permission to be honest about it and pivot and change. Don't be afraid of that, because there's a lot of adjustment that goes on in the beginning. No one's business kind of ends up exactly how it started. Okay. You always find some more efficient, more effective, more fun, a better way to run your business. So things change. So give yourself permission. Don't think that just because you start one way that you're stuck and you can't, and this is like some big thing. Now, when I was going to open that facial spa, that was scary, because I knew I was all into facial spa. I guess I could change to massages and stuff later, but for the most part, I would have had a lease. I would have had all my branding. I would have had employees. It had been very hard to adjust. Most of you are not opening a big facial spa. I know some of you are opening stores. They're so cute. I had someone in my Facebook group. It was Cheryl who was posting pictures. She's been in our group a while, was asking questions last year, and her little store opened. It's the cutest thing ever. It's so exciting, y'all. You can change and adjust. So get over it. If you're scared about it, give yourself permission to say, okay, if this isn't feeling right, if something is wrong, I need to adjust. I need to save my business. Okay. So let's review these real quick. Give yourself permission to start this awesome business. Okay. But make sure you do it right. That's why I've got my Just Start Academy, to make sure you're doing everything right. Okay. Number 2, give yourself permission to not be perfect. Okay. Imperfect action. You got to take it on a regular basis. You can perfect as you go. Number 3, give yourself permission to build it your way. Okay. Your business model, your way, on your timing. Okay. Give yourself that. Number 4, give yourself permission to play small and tell the world and be proud of it. And then you're going to get 6 months under your belt, a year under your belt, 2 years, and then no more will you be saying, I'm a new business owner and I'm small, because you're going to have a whole bunch of customers. Okay. So you're going to be playing to something else at that time. But in the beginning, you get to own that and give yourself permission to say that it's freeing. It is freeing. It makes you feel so much better. Okay. But don't be pathetic about it. Don't be like, oh my gosh, I'm small. I don't know what I'm doing. That's not what I'm talking about at all. I'm just saying own it and be confident and yes, we're a small business, just like me. Y'all are watching me build my business here, all this talk, right? But you're seeing me in action. I'm a case study for what I'm teaching. And I'm telling you now, the moment it came out of my mouth, this is going to be a small group. This is going to be an intimate group. It was freeing. And you know what? People were like, oh my gosh, this is what I've been needing. I've been wanting a small group. I'm sick of being a number. I'm like, holy cow, right? People have been wanting that. That's the same for you. They've been wanting to find local or small or people that they know. They've been wanting to support these types of businesses, okay, and get the help they need, okay? And the 5th thing is give yourself permission to change, adjust, pivot. Hey, and let's face it, you've got to give yourself permission sometimes to close your businesses. That's what happened to me. It was a hard realization when I finally closed my boutiques after umpteen years of running them. It was a very hard decision. And I had to give myself permission to move on from that, because I knew I had a yearning to do something more. And here I am today. If I hadn't done that, would I still be doing that? And I wouldn't be as happy as I am now. I'm not saying I wasn't happy with a product-based business, because I adored my businesses. I lived, ate, and breathed those businesses. But everything has its life cycle and its day. And it was just my time. It was my time to move on. That's what it was. So anyways, give yourself all of these permissions today. Okay. I'm so excited for you. Y'all are wonderful. And I'm just so thankful for all of you that send me messages thanking me for doing this. And I'm forever grateful. So I just want to thank you so much. I'm so proud of all of you and all the courageous steps. If you're not in my Facebook group, get in there right now. It's so much fun. And yes, it's small. We're like under 300 people today. It's amazing. You can be seen and heard if you want to be seen and heard. And you know I have the Just Start Academy that's opening periodically to help you start your business effectively, lay all the foundations. Even if you've already started your business and you're just now selling, know that the Just Start Academy can still help you. It will go back through and walk through those 7 foundational pillars over a month's time to make sure that you have got this ready to roll. And you get feedback from me and others in the group. It's a great resource. And then you can roll over into my membership. So anyways, thank y'all so much for listening today. Thank you for being here. And we will talk soon. Bye now.
Now, this episode may be over, but our relationship does not have to end here. Head on over to KimberlyBrock.com. And yes, you can get more valuable information for your journey. And you know what? You don't need to go through this alone. I would love to help you. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye.